You only need a FICO score of a 575, business lines of credit up to $25,000 for qualified businesses located nationwide. Now, one of the mistakes that a lot of small business owners make, especially those who have bad personal credit, is that they're going to the major banks to try to get funding. We're talking about Chase, Bank of America, American Express, Truist. Less than a 670 is considered non-prime credit. So you don't want to go to the major banks if you don't have at least a 670 or higher, because you have a greater chance of getting denied. One of the best sources for business financing is CDFIs, Community Development Financial Institutions. They have small business loans and micro loans offered up to $50,000 with interest rates between 7.5% and 13.99%. And this is for qualified businesses located nationwide. Now, here are the requirements for the business line of credit. The business must be generating consistent revenue for at least 6 months and must have a FICO score of a 575 or higher, or zero or very new credit. So again, if you have less than perfect credit, so a 575 is subprime credit, or if you just have a new credit profile, you can still qualify for up to $50,000 business loan. No more than $3,000 in unpaid or past due debt. Any bankruptcy must be discharged for more than 1 year, and any foreclosure must be complete for more than 2 years. So even if you have a bankruptcy or foreclosure reporting on your credit report, you can still qualify. There just needs to be a little bit of seasoning or time between the bankruptcy or the foreclosure. So for small businesses who need money to grow their business, Ascend US offers loans from $500 to $50,000. All right, so I've been talking about SSBCI, the State Small Business Credit Initiative. Now, we just dropped a video on New York. So one of the programs in New York is the New York Forward Loan Fund, where you can get up to $150,000. So New York has over $500 million allocated. Now, we do a full review on this on the Patreon. This is over a 20-minute video where we're breaking down these different programs, but there's two main programs: the New York Forward Loan Fund 2, which has $150 million of the $500 million allocated. And then you have the New York State Business Revolving Loan Fund. Now, real quick, there's 5 major CDFIs that manage these program funds. You have Action Opportunity Fund, Ascend US, which we just went over, True Fund, Grow America, as well as Pursuit. Now, one thing I wanted to clarify is that these CDFIs work in multiple states. So Action Opportunity Fund is nationwide. True Fund is also nationwide. Ascend US is mostly in the Northeast, as well as Pursuit, and Grow America is also nationwide. Now, the other program within the New York SSBCI is the New York State Small Business Revolving Loan Fund. You have a handful of different local or community-based financial institutions: the Business Consortium Fund, Community Capital in New York, Nonprofit Finance Fund, Pursuit Renaissance, as well as the Harlem Entrepreneur Fund. And again, there's a link in the description of the video for those businesses located in either New York, Pennsylvania, or New Jersey, and you want to get access to a lot of these different programs. You could watch that video. It's on our Patreon, so definitely go check it out. Now, the next business line of credit program I wanted to go over offers lines up to $25,000 with a fixed rate of 13.99%, minimum paperwork required to apply. Now, if you're in Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, Atlanta specifically, Massachusetts, Maine, Michigan, Wayne County only, North Carolina, New Hampshire, New Jersey, excluding Newark, New York, and Rhode Island, you can apply for this line of credit. Now, you must have a credit score above a 625 or zero credit. You must be in business at least a minimum of 1 year. This has a loan term out to 48 months, maximum line of credit to $25,000. Now, real quick, with the loan term 48 months, that's basically when it will come for renewal. So usually with lines of credit, there's a specific period where you could utilize the line of credit, and then you're pretty much getting reassessed. So 4 years is basically the maximum term. So if you apply, get approved today, you won't have to be reevaluated potentially until 2028. Now, the next program is called the Get Ready program, and this is a line of credit designed for Black or African-American business owners to improve their credit and grow their business. So the requirements for the Get Ready line of credit: you must be Black or African-American, at least 50% ownership. The business must be in Florida, North Carolina, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maine, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Michigan, or Georgia, and it must be operating for at least 1 year. There is no minimum FICO score, and also you must have less than $10,000 in past due debt. The line of credit starts at $500, but goes up to $5,000 after 3 months, subject to good standing, and this is fixed at 13.99%. There's no prepayment penalty, no maintenance fees, no collateral required to qualify. And one of the great things is that this is evergreen, so you qualify once and you enjoy credit access for life. Unlike a lot of lines of credit where you have to get renewed every year or every 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years, with this, once you apply, you're going to get access to up to that $5,000 line of credit without having to reapply. Now, this CDFI Pursuit is a game changer. Now, let me explain how some of these CDFIs work. So some of them do offer direct lending where they're using their own funds to fund these different loans. Some of them also are approved through the SBA. So they're able to offer different SBA microloans, 504 or 7A community advantage loans. And then they also will administer different programs on behalf of state or local agencies. So Pursuit is also one of the participating lenders of the New York Forward Loan Fund 2. You also got the Connecticut Small Business Boost Fund, impact loans, but they also have small business lines of credit, and this is going to be their direct lending program. So this is a game changer because this is not just restrictive to one state. The small business line of credit is their direct lending program. So the line of credit goes up to $100,000 with a fixed interest rate of 9.9%, which is actually pretty competitive because a lot of lines of credit right now, you might have prime plus 2, which, best case scenario, you're paying about 10.5, 11, 13%. Terms out to 12 months. Now, there is a 1.5% funding fee, which is financed into the line of credit, and you can get a decision within 2 days. You have unlimited draws and monthly interest only payments. Now, to qualify for the business line of credit through Pursuit, you must have 2 or more years in business. You must be cash flow positive or break even. Your personal credit score of a 640 or higher, and your annual revenue must be at least $120,000 or more. Also, 2 or more employees, no tax liens or judgments filed within the last 3 years for your business, and you and your business have no prior bankruptcies. Now, if you are approved for a small business line of credit, you will be required to open up a business checking account with Hanover Bank. This will give you access to transfer your funds to your preferred business account. So we just covered 2 community development financial institutions that offer business term loans and lines of credit to business owners and entrepreneurs with less than perfect credit. Some of the programs go as low as a 575 credit score. Another thing about CDFIs is that most of them are 501c nonprofits. So usually they're not profit driven, they're mission based. So their mission might be to enable socially, economically, and disadvantaged individuals. That includes women, minorities, veterans, access to capital. So this is one of the most untapped resources for business financing. I will say that a lot of CDFIs do a poor job of marketing or even letting people know about these different programs. That's why I wanted to share this information with you. Now, we will be continuing our coverage of the State Small Business Credit Initiative. We just dropped the full video review for the state of New York. So if that's something you're interested in, I've dropped a link in the description to join our Patreon, absolutely free. We're going to be breaking down all 50 states. The State Small Business Credit Initiative is a $10 billion program, and it's designed to empower entrepreneurs who are traditionally shut off from a lot of the commercial lending products. Anyways, that's all for today's video. Let me know your comments and questions down below. And until next time, take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.